Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to convert an algorithm into C++ program. So I'm having an example here of an algorithm that is written with pseudocode method. So this pseudocode algorithm has a flowchart of this type. So this is its flowchart. Now I want to show you how this program is working by using a trace table. So let me trace table where I have X, the outer loop condition, Y, inner loop condition, if condition, X and Y. So the if condition, as you are seeing here, it is this one. So the outer loop condition, it is the condition of the outer loop here. So the outer loop in this program is for loop. Okay, the inner loop condition, it is this one, because the inner loop is this loop that is controlled by while. So it is this part. So that is the inner loop. So the inner loop here is while loop. So the outer loop is for loop. Now we are going to see how to process it by using this flowchart. As you're seeing here, this is the declaration of X and Y as integers. So after this step, X will start from 1. I write 1. Then I check the condition here. If X is less or equal than 10, if it is true, Y becomes 1. So I write 1 because this condition of the outer loop condition is true. So Y is equal to 1. Then I go to the next step. I check whether Y is less than 3. So this is the condition of the inner loop here, of while loop. So this condition is true because Y is less than 3. If it is true, I check this condition. If it is false, I go and, if this one is false, I go and increment the value of X by 2. But this condition is true, I go inside here, I found an if condition. So this is the if condition. So what about here? Is X equals to 7? No. So that's false. So if it is false, I print X and Y. So I write the value of X and Y. So as you're seeing here, X is 1, Y is 1. So I write 1, 1. Then after, I go back and I check whether the value that I have got, okay, after printing the value of X and Y here, I increment Y by 1. So Y will equal to 2. Then after, I go back and I check the condition of Y here. So 2 is less than 3. This one is true. Now I enter inside, because if Y is less than 3, I enter inside. I check whether X is equal to 7. So this is false. I print again. If it is false, I print X and Y. I write 1 and 2, because Y is now 2. Then after, I increment the value of Y. Y becomes 3. Then I increment, I print, I go and check the condition of Y. Is that Y less or equal than 3? If it is true, what will happen? So the inner loop condition is true. So what about the if condition here? If condition is still false because X is not 7. Then after, I print Y and X. X is Y, X is equal to 1 and Y equal to 3. Then I increment the value of Y becomes 4. So I check this condition. 4 is not less than 3. Automatically, I go to this direction. The condition is false because Y is 4 here. So I check this condition. I go to increment the value of X. So X here will become to 2. It's not 2, it's 3. It is because the value of X, the new value of X will be equal to the initial value, the actual value of X plus 2. So it will be 3. Then I go back and I verify the condition of X here. I verify the condition of the outer loop. Is that X less than 10? Yes. I write true. Then I enter inside. Y start from 1. Then I check the inner condition, because this Y, the Y that I have gotten here, I go and check whether it is still less than 3. It is true. If it is true, I check the if condition. If condition is this one, where x equals to 7. So x is not equal to 7. This is false. If it is false, I print the value of x. The value of x now is 3. And I write the value of y. It is 1. Then I increment the value of y. Y becomes 2. I go back and I check its condition. So is that value of y that I have got here is less than or equal to 3? Yes, it is true. What about the inner condition here? The inner condition is false, because x is not 7. It is false. If it is false, I go and I print the value of x and y. Actual value of x is 3 and y is 2. Then I increment the value of y. It becomes 3. I check the condition of y here. It is true. If it is true, I go inside. As you're seeing, I go inside. I found the if condition. It is false, because x that I'm having right now, it is not 7. So I print the value of x and y. So the value of x is 3 and y is 3. After printing, I go to the next step, whereby y is equal to y plus 1. So y becomes 4. Then if I check the condition of y, it is false, because 4 here, it is false, because 4 is not less than 3. Let me write f even here. This is the inner condition that is false. So if it is false, what will happen? I increment. I don't do anything here, but I will go to increment the value of x here. So x will be equal to 5, because x equals to the actual value of x plus 2. So it is this value, it is that value that I have here plus 2, which is equal to 5. I check the condition of the outer loop. So the outer loop is this one. I check whether x is not beyond 10. So I write true, t, which means true. Then I enter inside. Y start from 1. The condition of that inner loop is true. Then I enter inside. I check the condition of this inner if condition. This one is false, because x is not 7, right? So I print the value of x and y. I write 5 and 1. I increment the value of y. That will be equal to 2. I check the condition of inner loop. It means I go back here and I check this condition. It is true. I enter inside. I check the if condition. It is false. I print the value of x and y, 5 and 2. Then after, I increment the value of x of y. It will be 3. I go back here. See, I go back and I check the value of y, whether it is less or equal than 3. It is true. So then what about the if condition here? As you're seeing here, the if condition, it is false, because x is not 7. So I print, if it is false, I print x and y. I write the value of x. So the value of x is 5 and the value of y is 3. So now, if it is a 3, I increment the value of y. Y becomes 4. If y becomes 4, I check this condition. It is false. When it is false, automatically I find the new value of x, which is equal to x plus 2, so x will be 7. I check the condition of inner loop, the outer loop. I check whether this x that I have got here is less or equal than 10. It is true. This is true. What about what happens here after checking this condition? If it is true, y becomes 1. Y will be equal to 1. What about after this step? You see, I will check x whether it is less or equal than 3. So this condition is true. That's the condition of the inner loop, the while loop condition. Then I go, when this condition is true, I check this condition. I evaluate this condition. This condition is true. As you're seeing, x equals to 7. So this one is true. That's the if condition. It is true. So when it is true, what happens? Automatically, the break statement is executed. It means when this statement is executed, I will go outside the while loop. So to mean outside the while loop, it is here. It is outside the end while. So what will happen? I will go back to the outer loop. So it means x will be incremented. It will be 9. It will be 9, and its condition will be true because 9 is less than 10. Then after, I check y will start by 1. Every time when this condition is true, y start by 1. I check that condition of inner loop. I check whether y is less or equal than 3. It is true. If it is true, I check whether x is 7. It is false. Then I print the value of x and y. X is 9, y is 1. Then I increment the value of y. So y is equal to 2. So I check this condition whether y is less or equal than 3. It is true. What about the if condition here? This if condition is false because x is not equal to 7, because x is 9 here. So if it is false, I print the value of x and y. X equals to 9 and y equals to 2. I go to the next value by incrementing the value of y by 1. So y is equal to 3. Then I check the condition of y. After incrementation of y, you go back there and you check whether the value of y is less or equal than 3. It is true. This is true. What about the if condition here? It is false. So if it is false, I print the value of x. X is 9 and y is 3. Then I increment the value of y. So y becomes 4. So I go back and I check the condition of the inner loop. Is that value of y that I have got here less or equal than 3? No. It means that condition is false. When it is false, what happens? X will be equal to x plus 1 plus 2. The new value of x will be equal to the value that I have right now plus 2. So it is 11 here. So I'll be having 11 as the new value of x. So the new value of x here is 11. Then I will check the condition. After checking this condition of x, is that true or false? Is 11 less or equal than 10? It's not true, so it is false. When it is false, where do we have to go? It means that when x is beyond 10, what will happen? We stop looping, we stop the loop, and we go outside. The part that is outside of this for loop, it is end. There's nothing here. So I just have to go to the end point. There's nothing here. So it means there's nothing to do here, because this condition, whether once it is false, I stop my loop and I go outside. So when you go outside, you find the end point. Normally, this is how the program will look like. This is how the process will be done, as you're seeing here. So this is how it looks like when you see it very well. Now, after showing you how the program is processing, let me show you just how to try this program by using C++, right? So let me use Dev C++. Now let me go by here, right? So normally when you want to start a C++ program, you have to include iostream library, include iostream using namespace std standard. Let me insert a main function, main. Now, after inserting the necessary lines of this program, so I have to declare these variables as you are seeing here. We are having two variables, x and y. They are integers. What is next? Let me now use for loop as you're seeing here. There is a for loop that is having x. So we normally set a for loop in this way. X start from 1. X start from 1. What about its condition? The condition is x. X is that x will not be beyond 10. What about the updation? X will be each step of x will be adding 2. We increment x by 2, so I can write x plus equals to 2. That's another way of saying that x equals to x plus 2. So this is just to say x equals to x plus 2. Then I show the board of this loop by opening and closing the bracket. So I see that inside this loop, I have initialization of y equals to 1. Then I have inside a loop here, while I can say while y is less or equal than 3. What will happen? I open bracket, show the board of this loop. What is inside of this loop? There is a condition that is saying if x equals to 7, what will happen? the program will break, the loop will break. Otherwise, else we print out cout x and y, So let me write in this way. You can say x will be equal to x and y will be equal to y. So let me put end line here, end line to show that each output of x and y, the compiler will put the next statement, the next line on the second line. So normally, if we are having if statement, if condition is having one statement, there's no need to put a bracket. If the if condition is controlling one statement, you don't have to put a bracket as you're seeing here, or you can put them, no problem. Can't put a bracket or not, because we are having one statement. Can put bracket here. Even here. So let me close this one. Even here. The else block should have at least a bracket that is opening and the one that is closing. So I think this one is for while loop. Now, after this statement, I see that when x equals to 7, the program will break the loop, the inner loop. Otherwise, it will print x and y. After printing, then y will be incremented by 1. So it means after this statement, because remember, the while loop starts from here up to here. So I have to show while y that the new value of y that is equal to y plus 1. It means if x equals to 7, the program will execute the break statement, and the while loop will stop. It means I will be outside of this while loop. Automatically, I will be here, right? Otherwise, if this condition is not true, the program will print x and y. Then we'll be having what? To increment y, to increment the new value of y. So now let's execute this program. Remember, when the compiler reaches here, we are still in the. Remember, this bracket is closed by this one. So let me now close the int main bracket. This one should be closed by another bracket that is here. Okay, great. So you see, now let me put return 0. So now let me compile and run this program to see whether I will be having this output as you are seeing here, right? So I can go to execute, compile and run. So I will first of all to save this program, let me call it algo program. I'll go program. So let me click on save. So it is still compiling. Okay, so let's see now if this output is corresponding with what you have seen here, right? Actually, let's see. We have 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 3, then 3 1 2 2, then 9 3. So you see it's working the same way. So actually we have the same output. It means when you look at this program, we'll be having this output. That's the algorithm, that's the pseudocode. This is the output. This is how it can be written with C++. So let me decrease the size. So normally this is how it can be looking like, right? You see, that's the output. This is the algorithm, and this is the C++ program of how it can be written. So that's its flowchart, as you're seeing. Okay, this is its flowchart. So this is where the program has ended by. I think this is how you can convert a given algorithm to C++. To understand this is very, very important. Before you understand how to write a C++ program, first of all, understand how the program works by using an algorithm, either with the flowchart or pseudocode. So thank you very much for watching this video. So subscribe and share these videos with friends. Thank you. Bye bye.